Joining us now, Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. Coach, how are you?
Afternoon, Charles. I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Again, I think last week's game against Goddard, we saw some good things. I think start off, got to be impressed with Tom Turnbull. I mean, the way he ran the football on Friday night, almost 200 yards, and made some pretty nifty plays in the night. I thought Tom had a good game.
He did. He still blew some stuff mentally, which we expect from a new guy that hasn't done it a whole lot. But you're excited for what, and we've been telling him and telling people he's about to have a breakout. Like, he's about to go loose, and he finally did, and that was the encouraging part of running our offense and run the option. And he's such an explosive part of it that we got to get him going. And we finally got him going. Now we got to be able to do some other things. And I thought we ran the football pretty well at times when we had success when we wanted to. When we blocked it right, we were okay. When we blew something mentally up front with our linemen, we struggled. But for the most part, we had success running the football. It's still the formation stuff that'll drive you insane of getting all these different formations. But Tom did a great job, and he managed the game well, got our kids in and out. He's in charge of everything since we huddle now, and we still signal it all in, but it's to him, and he's got to get everything taken care of. So impressed with him, excited for him to have the breakout. We hope it continues, him playing that well, and it's exciting that it finally happened and got to happen in front of this community.
Yeah. Offensive line, I mean, what was your feeling after the game watching tape? I mean, was it just a little hit or miss when, as you said, when they were doing well, did really well?
Yeah, we physically got after Goddard. Our whole intention last week was to match Goddard's physicality, and we did. I mean, Goddard will woke up Saturday morning and felt that they played Alamogordo. So that was one of our goals, is we got that accomplished. And when we blocked everybody correctly and did it right, executed, we had success and broke big plays. When we had all 5 or 6 guys doing it, when we had 1 or 2 mess up, then we got stuck. So it's continuing to work on our kids, and we talked to our kids immediately after the game and said physicality was not the problem. It's between our ears, and we got to fix that. The execution part of knowing the game and knowing the scheme and how it adjusts as we go. So we were pleased with our physicality on both sides of the ball, bringing it, and that's, we always talked about control and effort and attitude, and we brought that on Friday night, and I hope the community recognized that, how hard those kids played, and don't stop, and they'll go 48 minutes of giving it hell.
And I know you said both sides of the ball, the physicality was good. Defensively, what were the things you liked about, save physicality, which you were happy with? What were some of the things you liked that the defense did on Friday night?
We got after it up front though, in the box, and we didn't just get run over by Goddard, which is what Goddard wants to do. And they broke some plays, and that's kind of what you get with Goddard, just like we broke some plays with this type of offense. A lot of it was us lining up wrong, and the first touchdown was our linemen, our kids not adjusting right, and that falls back on myself as a head coach of getting these kids better prepared and seeing a formation that we haven't seen in a long time. But we brought it, and we played hard, and we tackled a lot better than what we have in the past. And you can see those little improvements of what we focus on daily, of finding this and that and find some way to get better. You can start to see it show. Now we've got to be able to put it all together for 48 minutes one of these Fridays, and hopefully 2 weeks it's finally done on the 20th at Chaparral.
And it seemed like they also forced some more negative plays for the opposing team, which I don't think we saw as much over the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season.
Yeah, we forced another turnover. And even then, we still don't capitalize on the chances we get. We go down, we force a turnover, and we go immediately 3 and out. So we get a stop, don't do anything with it. We score. We kick a great onside kick by Brett. I mean, it's an unbelievable onside kick. Our kids execute it perfectly. Julio knocks the kid out. Deshaun recovers it. And we go 3 and out and just found a way to scrub. We didn't build on that. So that's stuff we talked about this week, is building on the momentum that we get and capitalize on the advantages that we have to take advantage of.
And speaking of Brett, you gave him some opportunities to kick the ball there late. I think he hasn't had a lot of chance to kick a lot this year.
We haven't moved the ball very well up and down the field, so he hasn't had some opportunities. And at the end of the game, it was out of reach. So we decided, hey, let's get him some kicks and let him get some shots at it and get some practice, because we're going to need him when it's district time. We're going to need him to make a big kick at some point. So the first one, we didn't block it very well up front. Second one, we didn't block it at all. Or the first one was blocked, we didn't block it. Second one was not blocked. He missed it, but we didn't do a good job up front. And so even though it doesn't fall back on Brett, it's on our lineman up front to do a better job of being aggressive, even on a PAT or a field goal. So he did have a punt of the ball. We down 2 punts inside the 10, which were huge, and got stops. And then the onside kick, which was incredible. I mean,
that was one of the best.
That's one of the best things that we've seen. We can do that a lot with that kid.
Yeah, that was very, very impressive. And I mentioned Brett obviously getting kicks, but it's also another thing getting your special teams unit out there and getting in that in-game situation. those things are all important for a young football team, right?
Yeah, they got to learn it. I mean, it's one of those things when you come in with a bunch of young kids and you say field goal or PAT, they say a PAT is worth what? They don't know what PAT stands for. So we fight the battle every now and then when we're doing swinging gate that we say we scored, let's kick a field goal. They want to line up a swinging gate, and they don't. Yeah, so it's good for us to run them out there, get a field goal unit on, and execute it. And we didn't do a very good job of it. He hit a 26-yarder early, and then he missed 2 other shots at it. And that's not on Brett. That's on our 11 guys up front blocking, which we focused on Monday. We went back to work and started trying to talk to him about being more aggressive blocking. It's not just a free play that nobody rushes anymore and says, hey, just kick it, no big deal.
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot, how well the Roswell schools, and being a part of the Roswell schools in that area, you certainly know Artesia especially well, I'm sure, and every little bit about them. They're a very good football team, again, and probably you can argue who the best team in 5A is right now, but you could certainly make an argument for Artesia.
If you're arguing about the best team, Artesia's going to be in that discussion for sure, and Goddard and Roswell might be right there in that discussion as well with Los Lunas, and so it's exciting. Some of our kids have never been to a bowl and got to experience a bowl game on a Friday night, it's one of the most special atmospheres in this country. So we've talked to our kids about it. Said just enjoy it. It's high school football on Friday night. That's something special, and that's the kind of stuff we're trying to bring down Magordo to make the community support Tiger football the way that Artesia does, and we're excited for it. Artesia's dang good, and what they've done for 30 years is what they're doing now. They're going to spread you out all over the place and try to throw the football to the slots and out routes and seams. And we've got a good game plan. We came up with a good game plan this weekend watching film, and we're trying to put our kids in the best position to be successful and enjoy that opportunity to go to the bowl and not worry about what happens after 48 minutes. Just know what we can control for 48 minutes. So it's an exciting time. The last time I won in the bowl, we ended up eliminating Artesia from state playoffs as well as winning district championship. So I have good memories of winning in that place, and that's what we're going to try to bring here to Alamogordo.
Next 2 weeks obviously are crucial. You guys just want to see further improvement from the team. You definitely want to be competitive in these next 2 games. What do you want out of this group as we get ready for district here in 2 weeks? What do you want to see out of them, Artesia? And I'm sure we'll talk more about Roswell next week, but what overall are you looking for from this group?
The effort and attitude. We're going to be physically matched up well with Chaparral, Sanity, and Deming. So we want to see our kids improve at something every day. So we talked about Monday was the install day, and then we tried to clean it up on Tuesday. Today's perfect Wednesdays. So we want to come off that field knowing today at about 5:45 that we feel good about what's going to happen on Friday night. And when we go to Artesia, we want to see our kids play hard and find something to get better at, whether it's the offensive lineman not screwing the scheme mentally, defensive lineman forcing another turnover here defensively and capitalizing on some mistakes and build on that. Our ultimate goal is still at hand, which is to win a district championship. When we talk to our kids, no matter what happens, if we're 0-7, we can still win a district championship and get in the playoffs, which is our ultimate goal. So right now we're using these games to prepare for district to become district champs.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. As you mentioned, Bulldog Bowl is an incredibly tough place to go win a football game, and we know how good Artesia is, but hopefully the kids won't show any intimidation, just going to go over there and play some football on Friday night.
Yeah, they're not going to back down. It's something the community can be proud of, and I do want to thank the community for last Friday night. It was a huge turnout. And it's exciting that even when we're struggling right now, when we're 0-4 and coming back home, that we have such a great turnout to support these kids. And I didn't pay any attention to it. I don't see it. But after the game, when our kids were sprinting back to go sing the fight song, and I looked up in the crowd and saw how many people were still there to sing it with our kids, it's something special. And you can start to see this community's changing and the culture's changing around this place, which is exciting to build on. And we're excited for this community to continue to support these young men and doing it the right way.
All right, Coach. Good luck on Friday against Artesia.
Appreciate it, Charles.